Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Katy Sue Designs, we have the fantastic Crafty Kittens die cut topper and decoupage collection, and 24 different little squares. And this is, they come, let me show you these. They come in little squares like this, and then each one has a little corresponding 3D elements that you add with foam tape. So cute, you guys. And they make cards like this one. Look at the dimension. There's not a lot of layers, so they're really easy to make. This is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a look at these little scenes. So as I said, they're just these little squares, okay? And then they have all these little scenes where the cats are doing crafty things, which is too cute. So this one, he's got like sewing fabric right here. And this one, they're gardening. And this one, there's on a bookshelf with all kinds of painting supplies. This one's sewing. This one's cooking, or baking. This one's embroidery, knitting. This one's playing with paints. This one's in a little cabinet with all kinds of art supplies. Then you've got one that's cooking, and then there's beading. Adorable, right? And then for each one of these corresponding ones, there's little layers, just like this, and you're getting 2 of each one of the designs. So 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of these, and 2 of these. All right? They're so cute. Now I'm going to build one for you so you can see. So here's the cute little cooking one, adorable. All right, so you have this little square, and then I went ahead and I put some foam tape on the back of these. So what Debbie and I like to do is take the giant wheel of foam tape. There's 150 feet or 50 yards of 1/2 inch wide foam tape. And we like to just do it like this. Take your, it really helps if you have titanium scissors. Go like that, and then just go like that. And then you have 3 little pieces. You can make them kind of more rectangular if you want. Put them on just like this. And then we're going to take our first layer. Peel all these little tabbies off. Whoops. Oh no. And then you're going to put your first layer on just like this. So cute. And we're going to put our next layer. There we go. And we're going to put all our little fruits and vegetables on here. Okay, there we go. And this one. So cute. All right, and then you just keep adding those layers on. And I'm not going to take the time to do these last few little layers. But then there you go, and then you can ink the edges of this, you can mat it if you would like, or you can just use it just like this. So let's get back to the cards. So for this one, this is our giveaway card for this episode. So how this works is we are promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you expand this whole screen, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, you'll see a YouTube link down there. You can click on that. It'll take you right over to YouTube. We ask that you subscribe while you're there, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And then after about a week, we will reply, congratulations, YouTube username blank. And we will fill that in with somebody's YouTube username. Everybody has a unique username. You've got to know yours. It's the username is what you see when you leave a comment. If you just look at your own comment, you should see that. All right, so yeah, and then we'll give you instructions on how to claim your card. So it'd be great if you would do that, and we'd send it to you in some happy mail. We do giveaways for cards on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday webisodes. So you have 3 chances every week to try to win a card. All right, you guys, so for this one, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I cut away half of the card front flap. Cut away 2.5 inches. Just use my paper trimmer and went whoosh, right like that. And then the paper that I used, you guys, are 12 by 12 floral luxury beautiful paper. I use this one right here, and I just used this gorgeous border. I glued it right over that front flap. Then I used the rest of the paper right over here, and I covered the back of the card, right? And then I added some of these beautiful black thin line dazzle stickers, and they just peel up so nicely, just like this. And I just put one right here. I did cut a little border from the back of this paper. It has this really beautiful small print floral pattern, and I glued a strip there. I think it's about a 1/2 inch, yep, about a 1/2 inch wide. I inked the edges of everything using charcoal ink and my favorite applicator tool. So I inked the edges of the card, and then I inked the edges of the border, then glued this floral border down, and it's just about a 1/4 inch from the right edge. And then added the dazzle stickers here, added a border of dazzle stickers here. And then I matted this cute little kitty. First I inked the edges, and then I matted it with the coordinating solid cardstock with this beautiful burgundy, because really I was just picking up the colors that are in the sewing box. So I used burgundy, and then I used the black, and both of those colors are included here. And then I used the corner rounder, which I forgot to grab, but I used the corner rounder on all of these, which is nice because all of these do have rounded corners. And then added some little more greetings dazzle stickers right here, which I don't know where I put those, but those will be listed down below the video. And then this is a cutout from the paper pack, just added a little foam tape to that. So yes, definitely participate in our card giveaway. All right, so let me show you another one. Here's that one with beads on it. So cute, that cute little kitty playing with his beads, or her beads. So cute. So this is a center step card. And for this one, you guys, I used our little pack of center step die cut cards. They come already die cut. They come out of the package already folded. They're ready to play with. They come with 5 cards and 5 envelopes. So cute. And then I used a little 6x6 pad of Hydrangea Heaven, 6x6 pattern cardstock. So cute. I used this one right here. This one has this beautiful wreath with the open center, all right? So I ended up using this side of it, and then I used a little bit of this side. So I used this corner of it right here. You can see the little hydrangeas. Really, really cute. And then I used the bottom part of it, the wreath, right down here. And then I used the top parts of the wreath here and here. All right, just cut them into pieces. I did ink the edges of all of this using a little bit of violet ink and your favorite little tool to apply that. And then along this edge right here, some purple jewel dazzle stickers, just along this edge here and at the top. And then you'll see here, I've got fuchsia dazzle stickers. We really like using our little jewel picker to pick these up and apply them. That's always really nice to do. And then I used right here, Just For You greeting. This is from our script greeting dazzle stickers. They come in a 3-pack, so there's 3 different sets of greetings on here, and they're all in this nice dark blue color, which is so handy. And I'd place that right there. A little bit of glimmer ribbon at the top, just tied a little bow and glued that right there. So this was a really fun and easy one, and I thought the little jewel dazzle kind of picked up the little beads there. All right, so what have I got next? All right, you guys, for this one, this is a, oh, I should mention, this one is 6.5 by 5. This one is 5 by 6.5. For this one, I did another little cutaway. I just cut away from the top part of the card. So this one is almost 1.5 inches. It's like 1 3/8 of an inch cut away from the front of the card at the top there. And then I used, for paper, I used Meadow Blooms. So pretty. I used the pink paper right here. So cute with all this beautiful blooms at the bottom. Thought it went really well with the pinks, the kitty's little mixing bowl, and the cupcake. And then you guys, I used the rest of it, or the back side of this, with this beautiful pink side. So this is the side with a beautiful border, and then I flipped it over, and it's a little bit ghosted back on the other side. So I ended up using 2 sheets. I didn't use 1. And then I used the coordinating solid cardstock in this really pretty pink. I use that along the top edge right here. And then you'll see this really fun scripty border. This is a fancy white border dazzle sticker. And I can't see, I don't know if you can see this, but I used this border. It's very loopy and fun. Oops, some of it came off. And I glued or adhered that just to the seam there of the paper so that it kind of stuck out over the top edge. Then there's this little dashed line here with circles. That is that is also from this sheet right here. Put that right there. Added a little doily. It's 4-inch little paper doily. And then you guys, I used a circle cutting die before I assembled this little guy. I just took that square back, and I forgot to grab my circle dies too. And I went ahead and just die cut that with the circle and then built it as usual and then glued it to the doily. And then right here we've got You Make Me Smile is from, these are called Inside Outside Dazzle stickers, and they come in a pack, all these different colors. The reason we call them that is we thought of having something that you could put on the outside of your card and the inside of your card. So it'd be like happy birthday, and then the more candles, the bigger the wish, you could put on the inside, or vice versa. And I used the white ones right here. That was a fun one to use, and I will definitely list the circle dies down below the video in the supplies that we used. All right, my last card, you guys, is this really fun Slimline tent fold card. All right, and this one is just under 4 inches wide and about 8 1/4 inches tall. And I covered that with Miri cardstock. This one's Glamorous Gold. And that's just a really simple one. And then what I did was I took my little rounded corner squares and I cut them a little bit smaller so they would fit on here. So I cut this to 3 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches. Each one of these, 3 1/4 wide by 3 1/2 inches tall. And then I used our gold mirror straight line dazzle stickers, and they come in a thin gold and then a little thicker gold border. And I used one of these really thin ones like that, and I just put them across the top and the bottom and then down the side. And if you can see, there's a little bit of room before you hit the edge, so I just wanted them to be like an inset border. I foam taped this little collection to this side and this one here. And then this little More Greetings Dazzle stickers right here. They come in all these colors in one pack, and I use the white ones for the happy birthday. So cute. And then on top, I had to add a little gold bow using our gold and silver ribbons. So yes, super sparkly Crafty Kittens. You guys, these were super fun to play with. So even if you're not a cat person, I bet you know a lot of people who are. And these are great for sending birthday cards or any occasion cards. As I said, they are 3-dimensional, but a lot of them, most of them, don't have that many layers. They have like 3 layers or so. And so you don't have to spend a ton of time piecing those, and you get a really fun look, and they're so playful and cute. So we have a great money saver. It's right there on the right-hand side. All of the items are listed down below the video, so if you want to pick this or that or know what dazzles we use, they're listed. If you click on each one of the full color card, photos of the full color cards, you'll see a more detailed supply list of all the items that we've used on each one. And you guys, if you're watching us over on YouTube, hello, it'd be great if you would subscribe. It really helps our small company grow. And definitely check out the link to the Paper Wishes webisode page by looking down below the video, and there's a link that'll take you right over to paperwishes.com. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget this one.